After the 3-day weekend, spent some time with family, and my mom told me as I was leaving that her brother, my uncle, isn't doing too well. He's been in the hospital for like about 3 months now. So we kind of had a moment, but then it made me reflect on thinking about people that we haven't thought about for a while, or trying to stay close to even your closest family members. I think a lot of the times we forget to check in with each other every once in a while. I didn't really talk to my uncle for almost like what seemed like 10 years. But we just weren't close like that. And now that he's close to being gone, just makes me think about the relationship that we could have had. But one thing that I really appreciated about Uncle Al is that every time he saw you or every time you met up with him, he would make you feel like no time had passed at all. He would ask like, what you been up to? Or, what's next for you? And I would always tell him, and then that became the thing, he would brag to all of his coworkers and I remember my mom telling me that when she got back from the hospital to go visit him, that when she asked him about all of our family members just to see like what he would remember, because he was in and out, he remembered those things that you would tell him. The fact that he remembers those things and kept track of them in a meaningful way and always found a way to praise you in ways that not many people can do, I think was really special. But I think one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot is my mom and her brother. But my mom loves her brother. Their parents passed away within the last 15 years. More like the last 10 years. And all of it has been hard for my mom. Her parents didn't come over with anybody. They came alone. And so when they decided to start a family in Daly City, it was just them, just the 4 of them. And for the most part, that was all they had growing up. So then when Gong Gong passed away, it was almost like a fourth of them had left, And then in junior year of high school, Papa passed away. And now Uncle Al, which just leaves my mom. And when you think about everybody who was a part of your childhood home, it's hard to think that everything from her childhood will soon be gone. My mom's been through a lot, I think. And I know that maybe this might feel like another chapter closing, but more than that, I think it feels like part of her is closing. I mean, it's unthinkable, really, to lose everybody that you really grew up with. When she told me, it was really hard to try and comfort her. Because at some point, I think maybe she realized that time moves on or that things are going to be okay. But I don't know if things have ever been just okay for her in the last 20 years or so. I guess one thing that I do know is that her 4 sons, me included, and her grandchildren and her nieces and nephews are all that she has now. Everything that came before her is gone. And her younger brother, Uncle Al, marks a new chapter of people who will be gone after her. When I was leaving, she asked me if I'll be okay. And I told her I would be okay, because I know I will, but I know she won't. And it was hard for me to leave after that. I told her that I can stay as long as she wants. I can come home at any time. But I think she was adamant that I go to school and that I continue to live life the way that I'm choosing to live it. And maybe in her mind, she thought that that's probably what Uncle Al would want too. It's for us to just keep living